Natasha, the panel just started. You're doing great. Everyone's doing great. God, Natasha, I just hope this movie gets you some queer fans, because like people need to know who you are. All right. So, let's get into it. Lisa, hi. How are you?
I'm good. Can we do this thing?
Yeah.
So far away.
You can also use my, no, you can't. Well, it's stretchiest. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
Hi, everybody. Oh my God, thank you guys so much for being here. Where do we start? Introductions or something?
So let's talk about, you're really the brainchild behind this whole thing. You're the writer, producer, star. Tell us about Freelancers Anonymous, how you got the idea, how you got started. Okay.
All right. Well, the spirit animal of all the characters in the movie is really Amy. Me and Amy wrote this movie. We started in the fall of 2016, and we wrote very quickly. It's our first feature that we've written, and we worked really hard to create a story about women working in tech and a comedy, something a little bit different. And it kind of stemmed from both of us working day jobs that we hated and being in your 30s and figuring out like what do I really want to do and what's my full potential. So that's where this story starts, and my character quits her job in the very beginning and then goes on this journey with the freelancers.
I wouldn't know how you feel. I'm 21, so I'm not filled with being in your 30s. Hey, screw you guys. I'm clearly in my 30s, settle down. So let's talk about what I loved about this movie, and I loved so much about it, is that this is a movie about women in the workplace and about a woman starting a business with other women. And I was thinking about it the other night, and I'm like, I feel like we never see movies about women in the workplace. There's 9 to 5, working girl, blank. Like, there's nothing else. So, did either of you have a background in STEM or experience in STEM before writing this?
No. Basically, we wanted to show women working in a place that you don't see a lot. And we were really big on there's a lot of comedies, and some of them have an ensemble of women, but it's usually women fighting against each other, or they're competing, and we just really wanted to have a movie that's funny, that's all women, and they're bringing each other together and supporting each other. And we were looking around and kind of there's not a lot out there with women in tech, and why? So we decided we kind of wanted to go that route.
Yeah. Nice. So is this the first project that you two have written together? I know that you have a background in the wonderful world of a web series. Any Easy Abby fans? Yes.
Thank you. You're in the front row.
Yeah, this is like the first. This is so awkward. I just did this. I'm into this. Easy Abby was like the first thing I really worked on camera 5 years ago, and then this is the first thing this is the first thing I've ever written, and definitely the first feature that I've ever written and produced, which is a whole other list of things to do to make a movie happen. So yeah, first. Third.
What?
How many features? 3?
Well, 4, I guess.
4.
Yeah.
So this is our first. So we were so happy to have Natasha come on board with us, really early, and Haviland, who I've known forever, who's just amazing, and we have the best cast.
Speaking of your amazing cast, question for Haviland and Natasha. This is a movie that's written, produced, directed by queer women. As queer women yourselves, what was it like being on that set?
Oh, it was so fun. It was like summer camp, actually. I love so many projects that I've worked on and so many roles that I've played, but I have to say the most fun I've ever had on set was on Freelancers Anonymous. Sorry, Crank. I really had such a wonderful time. It was like going to summer camp. That's how I described it, because we all went to Chicago to shoot this movie. A lot of us didn't know each other. I was assigned to Grace, was another actress in the film, and we really hit it off because we were roommates, and it was so supportive and so lovely. And our director, Sonia, I wish she could be here, but it was so nice working with her because she was so much more in tune, I think, with the actors and so much more empathetic than some directors I've worked with. It was like, for example, there was one scene where me being a polite Canadian didn't say anything in the wardrobe fitting, but there was a nightgown that I was a little uncomfortable in because I'm a conservative dresser, and I didn't say anything because I wanted to be polite, and immediately she sensed it. Like, we got on set and she was like, "You're not comfortable in that." And I was like, "No, it's okay." And she was like, "There's no need for that. You don't need, can we get her a t-shirt and some sweatpants? Like, you don't need to be in that if you're not comfortable." And I was like, "That's amazing." Like, I didn't even have to say anything, and I loved that she was like, "No, I want my actors to be comfortable, and you don't have to be, showing off your body to like do your job." And that was really awesome. I mean, if you want to, power to you, but
And that's like what you would wear to sleep.
Yeah.
I actually remember like us talking about that before we did the scene, because like the scene, when you guys see it, it's one of my favorite scenes with like her and Lisa, and they're a couple and they've been together a long time, and it's like her character is not like wearing a sexy nightie to bed, like they're just like cuddling in bed. And may I say, you look really freaking fly in a cute little t-shirt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it actually is more realistic. It's like if you've been with a girlfriend, wife, whatever, for like years, you're not wearing like a sexy nightie when like the scene isn't about that, And also, girls in t-shirts are hot, just saying.
That's why I wore a t-shirt today.
No, but it was really nice, and it was nice that there was no like drama or competitiveness on set. Like, we all just really hit it off and all supported each other and had such a nice
And how long were you there? We shot for 20 days in Chicago. So we had 4 weeks in Chicago. And we were actually there pre-production and post. We were there for 7 weeks. And we brought everybody in, and it was just amazing. It really was like the best experience of my life. It was exactly what I want to be doing, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
You don't I think a lot of us, like, 'cause we're all kind of around the same age, and like we don't get to, this is something we all talked about and stuff, we don't often, I don't know. We don't often get to like all be on set with a bunch of other female actresses, because, in most of the like mainstream stuff you see, it's like a bunch of dudes and then like a hot girlfriend, or like their funny secretary, or like the bitchy boss. Like there's like one girl in it, and like, then one older lady, then one little kid. There isn't just like a group of like around the same age women. So getting to do that with like, what, a dozen women? Something like that was so cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of us.
It was so cool. And everybody is so good and like very diverse as far as like type and like style and everything. It's kind of like representing all different types of women, which is really cool.
So, you two are both singers, both professional singers. How much singing was there on set, and how much did it annoy Lisa?
Lisa is a huge musical theater fan, so.
Because I wish that I could sing. I just carry tunes, but I wish that I could sing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, it's so, Helen's a real professional singer, but we bonded because we discovered that we both went to school for opera, which is really funny. I may or may not sing a little bit.
In the movie.
Right now we're in the movie. Is a sing-off about to happen on stage? Because if it is, I will totally support it.
If I had known this, I would have warmed up.
You're always prepared.
We're always prepared. I think we should do a project together where we sing.
Yeah.
It should be musical, yeah.
A lesbian musical? What? What? Two lesbians falling in love and singing beautifully? What?
You know what? My Carmel co-star Elise has never been on board with lesbian Grease, and I've always wanted to do this. Sandy and Danny.
I got chills, they're multiple.
This is taking a different.
Starter.
Everyone got, Kickstarter. You guys already have a GoFundMe. It's already up, I know.
Yeah, this is already, we'll be making a GoFundMe immediately after this panel. Raise your hand if you want to see Natasha play Danny Zuko. That's what I thought. All right, guys, we're making movies at this panel. Magic happens at Clexacon. Let's get it going.
Get writing right now. Where's your laptop?
So speaking of funding and putting together an independent film, it's not easy. I know this from
It's not
experience.
easy.
Tell me a bit about how you started fundraising for the project and kind of how you put everything together and assembled this awesome team.
Okay, that's a really big question. So assembling the team was not that hard. We actually assembled this team of people while we were writing the script. We started to think of different actors that we wanted to play the roles. And for example, we'll just say like Alexandra Billings, who is in our movie, who's awesome, came and worked with us. She's on Transparent. She's amazing. She's the real deal. We got her because I was at a voiceover audition. And I'm waiting in the green room to go into my audition, and a friend of mine was like, "What are you working on?" I was like, "I'm producing a film." We had barely a script. And she was like, "I know, a casting director." And so she hooked me up with a casting director who introduced me to Alexandra, and she's like, "I think she would love this," and she came right on board. Most of the other cast, I've known Haviland forever. I've known Amy from Chicago and Easy Abby. Most of the people in the film are friends that I've worked with on stage in Chicago and New York, or even went to college with. People I've known for like a very long time. So, yeah.
So Natasha, how did you get involved with the project?
Oh, you know what's really funny is Sonia, our director, actually came to Clexacon last year and like just fell in love with me. I guess that's how she discovered my work, and then she started watching my work, and at first they thought that I was too like dramatic and serious because they were like, oh, she plays this sultry vampire, and then like little did they know, I'm a nerd, because they were like, we need somebody who can sing and like be a nerd and be really silly. So yeah, and then they sent me a script, and I was just so immediately attracted to the script because I loved that it was like a broad American-style comedy that you see so often written for a straight white man as the lead. And this could have been cast with a straight white man, and it would have been exactly the same script, and I would have been their fiance. So I loved that it was just like a comedy that appeals to a broad audience, but it's like, oh, they're gay, great. And I loved that it was about women in tech, and I just thought it was so funny. It's kind of like Bridesmaids meets The Office. It was like just so great. And I was like, I love doing comedy. I have a background in improv comedy, and I was like, yeah, I love this script. Let's do it. And then I met with you guys in LA before I decided to do it, and we all had a meeting together. And the first time I met you, I loved the vibes, and I don't know, I just trusted my gut, and it was right. So yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, when Sonia brought up Natasha, we were like, oh, okay, let's Google her.
Yeah, let's do it.
So like checking her out, and we said,
It was a Christmas video.
yes, it was her singing Christmas videos. And we were like, oh yeah.
This is the Bossington family.
Yeah, it was
For those who have not seen this, I play every character, and I'm just in like cardboard box costumes.
It's amazing. Like that, there we go. We're looking for someone quirky. It's her.
Thank you.
You were like exactly what we're looking for, and as soon as me and Amy saw it, and Sonia had told us about it, we were like, oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
this girl's got it.
Well, when I read the breakdown for the role too, I was like, oh, this is me. And what I really like about it is it's not just, it's easy to fall into that like bitchy fiance trope of someone who is like, oh, I'm just worried about the wedding. But I love that you get to see my character at her job. You get to see what she's passionate about. You get to see her with her mom. You get to see her with you. So I liked that she was more than just the love interest or partner. Like, she is her own character with agency and goals and passions. And I thought that was really unique as well. So, like, good job. Good job writing.
No, that was really important to us.
Yeah.
Because like, being women actresses, but it's like you get so tired of playing that like one type where it's like your character breakdown is your one-word description, where it's like bitchy or like
Pretty.
dumb.
That helps you emotionally prepare.
Yeah, so we really wanted to create characters that were people, because we really wanted to play people.
Wait,
yeah.
Are you saying
Like,
women are
women are people? But yeah, so we were really passionate about that. And Lisa in particular was very passionate about making a movie where the main storyline is a lesbian couple getting married, but it's not about them being lesbian. It's about her going off and creating this company. They just are lesbian as well. So it was really important to her to really, I can't think of the word.
I've seen so many. I'm sure you guys have too. You guys are huge fans of LGBT film and web series. And let me tell you, I'm one of the biggest fans of LGBT web series. And like I told Nicole and Rachel, I'm upset that I'm missing the Anyone But Me panel because I started to and wanted to make Easy Happy because I watched Anyone But Me and because I'm a fan. And so it's really important to me to create stuff that's different, that's out there, and we don't have a lot of comedy. We have a lot of coming out stories, which are important. We have a lot of stories that we've seen, and I just wanted to see a couple that's like already together. You see them in their element, they're comfortable with who they are, they're grounded, and they're living their lives, and they're dealing with their shit. And like, we all are. So like, let's see those people, and let's see them take a risk at becoming an entrepreneur. Let's see them take a risk on themselves. Let's see them dive into getting married. Let's see
I always feel like when I was first coming out, there just wasn't really any like LGBT films that I felt like I could sit and watch with my parents, you know, because it was like, but everything's great, and then it gets to that sex scene, and it's like, I don't want to watch that with my dad, you know, that's awkward. But it's like, this is actually a film, and I think we're getting to that point now where like there's a normalization happening, where like I can watch this movie with my parents, and there's never going to be an awkward moment. They're like, oh, that's a couple just like my straight couple, like they're just having an experience of being a couple, and this woman is a professional, and it's not gonna offend anybody. You can watch it with teenagers, like I don't know, I think we need the sexy stuff, don't get me wrong, ladies, we need that too. We need it too. But like, you know what I'm saying, we also need things that are, you know, just like straight people have all kinds of movies that they can watch, like we need that too.
Variety, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that I loved about this movie is that we're reaching a time where, you know, having a gay character in a show or in a movie, you know, there's a proliferation of queer characters now, and we're now moving beyond the coming out story, or beyond the our love is forbidden because it's World War II story, or the, you know, we're moving beyond, and these are great stories.
I do like a good period piece.
I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't really?
Carol, I mean, come on.
But we're telling all of these different stories because the queer experience isn't just coming out or being thwarted by society and having your love destroyed. It's a million different stories, just like there are for straight people. And what I loved is that they have, Lisa and Natasha in this movie have like a really great, relatable, funny relationship. And what I loved was Natasha's role, which in any other movie would be the girlfriend role, or I call it the Steven role, because it's always like guys are running around having fun, and then there's the girlfriend who's like, Steven! And this isn't that. So, you know, when you have women writing the script behind the camera, you get well-rounded, three-dimensional female characters. Who knew?
Yeah. There's like a little of that, but then you also get to see me, you know, doing other things and having interests in life.
And you're also like even though it's Freelancers Anonymous and the group of freelancers is working at freelancing, the fun part is, the ironic part is, your character is the true freelancer. You're the one who's working. Like, you're the true freelancer of all of us.
So tell me more about, in terms of getting financing for this movie. Because it's so hard to finance independent film. It's even harder to finance queer, female-driven independent film. How'd you go about that?
I won't go into the whole story, but I will talk to speak to the fact of basically we know who our audience is, we know who we're making this for, we're making this for you guys. So I tried to find the money. And we've done crowdfunding before, and crowdfunding is a lot of work, and sometimes you don't get as much as you need to like really make a high quality film. So I started researching and asking around, asking everyone, talked every day, told Uber drivers, told everyone, I am making a movie. Like, it didn't matter. I told everyone I was making a movie, and found who are the people in our community with money. Who are they? And let's just pitch those people and asked them, and all of our executive producers are queer women. So they all came on board very, very quickly. So
Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm being told that I have to go, which is a bummer.
No, it's okay. Do your thing.
This was really nice, though. This was really fun.
Yeah.
And Natasha, where else can people see you today and tomorrow?
Oh, I have a whole steam panel. 5:30 later.
Thank you. You're on it, and I
I
like that.
have something else. I don't even know that I have pee breaks scheduled in. So apparently I need to fly away. I'm so sad. Enjoy the clip of this as well.
Yeah, we'll show a clip from the
Give it
movie.
up for Natasha, everybody.
Really strange and sad leaving that on panel. I feel so weird. I just kept seeing like.
You guys love her though.
Okay,
just
bye.
saying.